Mühle Glashütte is one of those brands that flies under the radar of many watch enthusiasts. But the German watch company has been around since 1994 and produces watches that range from dress watches to tool watches like we'll be looking at today. The Lunova Chronograph is the brand's take on a classic 3-register chronograph designed to be highly legible, beautiful, and pack in plenty of wrist presence. If you've never had a chance to check out a watch from Mühle Glashütte, strap in because this is one awesome chronograph. There's no denying that this is a big chronograph. Most mainstream chronographs are, but that doesn't mean they can't wear well. The Lunova Chrono comes in at just a touch over 42mm wide, 14.2mm thick, and at 51mm lug to lug, it is hitting the edge of what I consider wearable on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. The good news is that if your wrist size matches mine or above, this chronograph will feel right at home. The wrist of crystal is around 13mm, so this won't wear overly thick on the wrist, something that is great to see coming from an automatic chronograph. With that said, this watch packs in plenty of dial into the 42mm case width, so it is going to command a good amount of perceived real estate on your wrist. Even at 14.2mm tall, this isn't bad for an automatic chronograph, and the case design breaks up the lines to make it feel thinner than it is. It just goes to show that some thoughtful design can make or break a watch case. Powering the Lunova Chronograph is the MU9413, which is Mühle Glashütte's modified Sellita SW500. Aside from some beautiful decoration, they have modified the movement with a woodpecker neck regulation. To keep it simple, this adds some shock resistance to the movement and is essentially an enhanced version of the swan neck adjustment mechanism. As you can see, the movement provides 3 subdials, a running seconds, 30-minute totalizer, and a 12-hour totalizer. A day-date complication is also present with all the branding and specifications above and below it. I've never been a big fan of cut-off numerals on chronographs, and the Lunova Chrono is one such offender. The design of this watch would have looked much cleaner if they had left out the 12 and the 6 that are cut off by the subdials. With that said, the rest of the dial design is gorgeous. There's a subtle gradient to the textured dial that complements perfectly with the brownish-orange accents. The applied markers look amazing when the light hits them, and the hands light up beautifully as well. There is plenty of polish on the top of the watch, but it keeps itself a little entrenched in the tool watch segment with brushed sides and a screw-down crown. I also like the elongated pushers, and these are my favorite style of pusher. I prefer them to the more simple circle-style pushers on chronographs like the Omega Speedmaster. This was my first outing with Mühle Glashütte. Whenever a new-to-me watch brand arrives for review, commands a price tag in the thousands of dollars, I'm not sure what to expect. This watch didn't let me down. The build quality, quality control, and overall look and feel of the chronograph made me an instant fan. I'm also a sucker for a well-executed automatic chrono with lots of polish. Watches like this and the Norqain Freedom 60 Chrono get me all hot and bothered. If you haven't had a chance to take a look through Mühle Glashütte's catalog, you've been missing out. They are one of the watch brands that seems to have something for everyone. Even though this watch fits my wrist, I wouldn't mind seeing a few smaller offerings from the brand. The catalog is dominated by watches 40mm and up. A 38 to 39mm chronograph that looks like this one might have me putting my money on the table. Thanks for watching the video review of the Mühle Glashütte Lunova Chronograph. If you want more reviews, head over to watchclicker.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.